I just always hear, like, you can't make a housewife, and people always judging, especially girls, for, like, hooking up with people like a guy would. But I feel like they would be more understanding to a serious relationship than other people who don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, the old, mentality, too, was that men really wanted virgins. They wanted, and which, I could see as a man not wanting your wife to have any idea how good sex could be when you suck at it. How's your day been?
I just started.
Yeah.
I woke up, walked my dogs. That was it. They were running away from me today, so that was fun.
Oh, your dogs don't love you?
No.
That's interesting. That's pretty rare.
Well, one of them does. The other one, he'll go to anyone.
Oh, okay. Polyamorous. That's nice.
Yeah.
He loves you, but he loves everyone else equally.
Yeah.
And I think some of them are kind of bred that way, so it's probably not just your dark soul.
True, but I have chow chows, so they're supposed to only be obsessed with one person.
Oh.
So I'm like, you're such a hoe.
You have a chow chow ho?
Yeah.
He puts the ho in chow chow.
Yeah, the ho
The ho. Yeah, that's cute. Do you have little outfits for them?
I did for the smaller one. I haven't bought any for the bigger one.
Which one is the ho?
The bigger one.
Okay, well, that's good because you put an outfit on it. I mean, someone's just going to steal him at that point.
Too much attention. Yeah.
That's
He
dangerous.
would go crazy.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to handle the responsibility of having a sexy little outfit on. And I mean sexy in a cute way.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not attracted to dogs.
That's what everyone's been saying. Arielle loves dogs.
I do if they have like that particular kind of golden doodly curly hair, I do want to put my cheek in it.
Yeah, I could see that. It looks soft and comforting.
Yeah, well, you've pet it before. It's nice.
Yeah.
But especially for your cheek. Do you not have that where if you see a nice texture, you want to put your cheek on it in particular?
I usually just rub it.
But
I guess so. I want to put my hands on it.
But you don't want to put your cheek. You're not just holding yourself back for social propriety.
No, because my cheeks are huge, and when I was little, people would try to grab them, so I don't put my cheeks near.
So you're resistant. Oh, so because you were hurt, you don't want that. But maybe for people who weren't hurt, do y'all have that? Do you want to put your cheeks on things to feel them? Okay, I did think this was just me, actually. I don't know why I'm even... it's one of those things. So, like, I do prefer dating women with curly hair.
So you can put your face in it.
So I can put my face in it. And that's, like, it's... when people of certain ethnicities talk about how people want to touch their hair and they, not only do you need to ask permission, but you shouldn't even ask permission and all this kind of stuff. I'm always like, this has nothing to do with you being black or whatever. It's like, because I don't want to touch every black person's hair at all. But some people have like a particular ringlety, perfect little bouncy like thing that I really,
okay.
There's a few different curl patterns on any race that I just crave putting my face on that.
What's your favorite curl pattern that you can't resist?
I don't know if so like, I think my girlfriend calls them like sheep's something curls because you can get a perm now where it'll last for like 6 to 9 months or something. And it's like those long wavy curls. Here, let me just show you a picture of my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
Just go to okay. Can we pull up?
Can we pull up for a girlfriend, please?
Start getting this. Okay, see these curls?
Okay, I see.
I don't know if is there a way I could send this to y'all. Yeah. We could do stuff like that. That's cute technology. Okay.
Hell yeah. I see it. They're beautiful curls.
But you don't want to put your face in that?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get on board, dude.
No, I was just curious. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just utterly baffled that other people have a different experience. But just goes to show you how different the human brain and body systems can be in this world.
I guess I like to put my face on like a man's chest. Like that would be like my equal. Like, I just want to be like in there.
So how do you feel about dogs' chests?
They won't let me cuddle them that way.
Some will.
Well, then I would be into it probably.
That's what I'm wondering.
But more like a held situation.
Yeah. I can't tell if you're just yes-anding me or you're sincere that you would want to put your face on the dog's chest.
Well, not my face.
See, that's what I mean. I'm wondering if it's like there's a one-to-one thing for you, really, because like it is different. It's a different vibe if I'm putting my hair in a woman's hair, a face in a woman's hair versus a dog's hair. There's somewhat of a different vibe, but there's also an overlapping vibe where it's just because it's cute and pleasing.
True.
And so I'm wondering if you have the same thing where it's like, yes, it might be sexual with the man to do, but there's something that you would also want to do with the animal just because of something that you really like and find pleasing.
No, not on the chest.
I
But
might be a little
will
autistic.
I do put my face on my dog's face like this. Yeah.
Okay.
So I do that.
Do you want to
for
do
sure.
that to other dogs in people's faces?
Yeah, if they'll allow it.
Like
for
you,
sure.
like you generally want to do that with people and dogs if they're
Just dogs.
just dogs
and cats.
and cats. What about parrots?
No. But a ferret did bite me once.
Because you were trying to kiss it like this?
I was just trying to pet it, and he did not want me to.
Yeah, ferrets are not the best fuzzy
Yeah.
little animals.
I also tried to pet a squirrel.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's the hands. I just want to touch
You have
them.
more of a hand thing.
I have a hand thing.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
probably, yeah, it's interesting because you could say maybe I have more of an oral fixation than a hand, but it's not even the lips. It's really the cheeks,
Just the cheek.
which wasn't one of Freud's developmental stages. So where does that put me? Okay. Anyway, can you introduce yourself to my politically non-binary audience?
Hello, I'm Dulce Mac.
You can also. She's a comic.
I'm a comic and a photographer, and I am straight, but I'm one of the good ones.
Nice. I'm going to start asking everyone their sexual orientation from now on. We also ask everyone age and weight and height. So we're just going to keep adding up. Whenever people volunteer things, it's like, yeah, what do you do for a living? Age, weight, height, sexual orientation. That's what we're up to.
Hey, putting it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
I just like to begin doxing everybody who comes my way. We're going to eventually do addresses, but for now we're just... So age.
Well, age, I'm 28. I just turned 28 last week.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
See, we never would have found out about your birthday if we hadn't asked your age.
That's true.
So what is it? What are we in, March?
Yeah,
Oh, what day's your birthday?
the 22nd.
Oh, that's funny. My birthday's August 22nd, and
nice.
and my first 5 girlfriends were all born on the 22nd of different months.
Oh.
But to the point where it became a self-fulfilling prophecy, because with my 5th girlfriend, I wasn't sure if I wanted to date her. But then one day she told me, like, we were perfectly high and drunk. And actually, I was visiting Austin from Dallas at the time. And we wound up having the most magical weekend. At the beginning of it, she went to see about maybe getting a tattoo. And, like, I just remember in that tattoo shop, she told me her birthday was November 22nd. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to date you then. Let's send the stars.
You're like, that checks out.
We were together for a little over a year. One of my favorite relationships I've ever had. Anyway, so weight.
Weight, I haven't weighed myself in like 6 years, and I won't. When I go to the doctor,
what was it 6 years ago?
Well, 6 years ago, I was like 110 pounds.
Okay. And you're
Yeah.
5'5".
I'm 5'5". So I'm probably like 135-ish now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
looks
what
about
I'm
right.
guessing.
Yeah, I think so.
But I cannot know for sure.
No, I like that. For years and years, I used to weigh myself like every day, multiple times a day often. First thing, I would always do it naked after peeing in the morning to get the lowest possible weight of the day. And I did get to when I healed my relationship with food and my body and stuff, it was when I stopped weighing myself
Yeah.
as well. So, but now I like to weigh myself, but I'll just do it like occasionally because there's a scale at the gym or a friend's house. I don't own a scale, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just
if
kind of
it's
curious because I no longer am like, I have to be less. I have to, so now I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I've gained muscle. Cool. I see my body every day anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
why is the number what we're also, I was like, it's what my body looks. And then that's always fluctuating because of your fucking period and
Right.
how much you've, hydrated today and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
It's like it doesn't matter, but your brain doesn't get it. So,
right. So it can be,
well, my brain.
yeah, you have to like deprogram your brain to get
Yeah.
to the point. Okay. I think we got your dossier. So what controversial opinion did you bring for us?
I brought Hoes Make Better Housewives.
Okay. I love that. And I will just say my first impression of it is like, obviously, but I'm not sure what I mean by that yet. So let's first define the definitions. What is a hoe?
Well, you know, they always say you can't make a hoe a housewife. And I'm like, why not? But
I think hoes want to be housewives. I think that's what they're
everyone wants
auditioning
to
for.
be a
They're putting the
housewife.
hoe in housewife.
yeah,
Well,
most people just want to be a housewife.
yes, most people want to be a housewife.
Yeah, like everyone's
But a
like,
housewife with the freedom to do whatever you want with all of their resources and also potentially not have any kids.
yeah, to each their own, you know?
Right.
I want like 3 kids for sure.
Right. I'm just saying
but-
there's a range. Everyone wants to be
Yeah.
a housewife, whether they want to have kids or not. Still, the ideal would be
yeah.
someone else works in a way that they kind of have to. You get to do whatever the fuck you want creatively with their resources. And then if maybe you get to raise a kid if you want to. And now if there's plenty of resources, this would be
Yeah.
great. Can I spend the time you're naturally supposed to with this baby? I would love to, and bring it up like a caring, wonderful little genius who is talented, but also was chill. I don't know. I think I would be a great parent, but this world doesn't deserve it. So go on.
I think it would be great. You would just put your face on them.
No, they would feel very loved
Yeah.
unless they were ugly. And then that's the problem. What if like my kid wasn't?
And that's not your fault, you know?
Well, it is if I pick the wrong sperm person.
True. But still, it's like gambling. You
It is
just
always like
never know.
gambling. And then that's the thing. Like, I have a niece who's so great that I'm really close with, and a couple other nieces like that are adopted or are new babies. And so, like, it's like I have all this now. And so, like, now the evolutionary pressure to have a baby, like, once I started having nieces, like, that really, like, lifted. And so I would love to, just for, like, the breadth of human experience and to have a little me. But like I would, if I could give up my left arm in order to make a baby with a woman that I am in love with, I would do that. But because we can't, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't really have to have a baby just to make one of me and some dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you can like combine the eggs. Is that a thing, or did I heard it wrong?
Well,
Hear it wrong?
I stop myself from looking it up more than once every year or so. So I don't have like my Google alert set for it, but I will say that as I've looked it up over the years, about 12 years ago, they started working on it in mice. But as far as I am aware, they have not figured it out yet. But you can do something where you get some protective immunology from from another woman's egg. So it's like you can kind of be a part of the kid a little bit, but it's nothing like combining chromosomes.
Gotcha.
So, and the same thing is true for sperm, actually. If a female has multiple men's sperm inserted into her in a timely manner, then the kid can get some benefits of some of the extra sperm, but it's not a chromosomal thing. And then, so there've been tribes throughout the eons where it's just very normal for a woman to have sex with a bunch of men because then they all consider themselves part fathers of the kid. It's actually very adaptive. So they're no longer worried about paternal certainty like so many of these faggoty, what's the word? Inferiority complex. What's the? I feel like it starts with intimidated.
Okay.
Maybe something like that. Anyway, I kind of think that would be better if we just not gangbanged. That's the way a man would put it, but grouply worshipped one woman
Just one.
who was trying to get pregnant. Like if we did that, we had like orgies where she was like, I would have an orgy with you. Let's all try to get me pregnant. You increasing your chances. You never know whose sperm doesn't work, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, see, men and women shouldn't fall in love with each other. Women should fall in love with each other. Men should fall in love with each other. But men and women, I think, should kind of be a little bit separate and then just come together for sex and chores.
That's pretty close to what I think.
Okay, back
that
to
sounds like Russian roulette, but with cum.
Yeah, it's a much better or worse version. Yeah.
But what did you ask? Oh, what is a hoe? You asked that a while ago, but I don't remember.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think now it's just someone who has multiple sex partners and is like nice to all of them. I feel like that's what a hoe is now.
So if you're mean to all of them, then what is that?
That's like a fuck boy or like a fuck girl or a fuck person or just a fuck head.
Oh, okay. So fuckboys are mean.
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes I joke about being a fuckboy, but now I'm not a fuckboy at all. Okay.
You're like, no, I'm just a hoe now. I remember.
Yeah, just a hoe.
Yeah.
But
So
not even that hoish. I would love to be more hoish,
yeah.
but I would have to be attracted to more people.
True.
But do you feel like if you meditate on it, you could become attracted to more people?
Yeah. I think after a certain amount of drinks, I'm attracted to anybody.
Anybody?
Probably most people. Like,
Damn.
there's this one guy, he's like kind of ugly. And I'm always like, when he starts looking hot, like, I need to go home.
It's
like,
a good. Every woman should have that guy in their mind.
I've literally called an Uber.
Once you did that.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me after the show who you're using. That's so funny.
I will.
Thank you. You should do a bit on that, actually. Do you not do a bit on that?
I've posted a tweet about it. I haven't done a bit
Oh,
yet.
explore that on stage. People love that.
It's true, though.
That's good.
I will have
That'll
chemistry
spread.
with
That
a
could
potato.
become- Yeah, with a potato.
Yeah, like guys.
Well, Mr.
message
Potato
me.
Head might have groomed us as kids for that.
True.
Or excuse me, Potato Head.
I'm a potato princess now. No, but yeah, guys will message me like, "Oh my god, nice to meet you. That was the best conversation ever." And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't remember that.
Okay, wait. But you consider yourself a hoe?
I would say that, yeah.
Do you have like a hotation?
Yeah.
How many people?
Well, like some of them live in different cities, but we've like
Yeah.
been hooking up for years.
For sure. That's the ideal, right? Especially for a comic.
Yeah. So I would say like, I don't know, like 5 for like a few years, like the same person.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But do you think you would make a good housewife?
I've been a housewife.
Well, it seemed to have ended then.
Well, but I paid for the divorce. Like I was like, goodbye.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
That's a good housewife paying for the divorce.
Well, he cheated on me
So he should have paid.
a lot.
He should have paid.
I know.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't because he didn't want to divorce me.
You should be able to get a judge to be like, okay, asshole, you got to pay for this. I think that used to be the kind of thing you could do. I don't know. Did you Did you look
wish.
into it? It wasn't.
No, they like won't help you at all. Like some people are like, oh, you can file yourself. No, you can't.
No, you have to hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're really rude about it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You need to have richer friends so that then you can ask one of them for their lawyer.
Yeah.
Talk to Anglo people when you have problems like that. Because that guy should have paid.
A few of my friends just graduated law school, so
There you go. Now you're set for your next
Yeah.
divorce.
I'm set.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get married again, but maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it twice, so I have to do it a third time. Third time's a charm.
Yep.
But if that one fails, I'm out.
That's true.
You don't go 4.
You're right. I'll do it 2 more times, you guys.
Yeah. I think if you go 1, you go 3.
Yeah. Just 3. That's not bad. I won't pay for the next one, though. I'll be
Yeah.
like, this is forever unless you pay for it.
No, my first ex-wife paid for the first one. She has lots of money. And I didn't take anything, though I could have. But my second ex-wife and I think, we split it or whatever, but it was like, we did it as cheaply as possible. Like, because there was nothing to fight about. You really can, like, file things yourself. Maybe I copied and pasted my first one. I already had the documents. Just changed the name and date. But so, I mean, no way either of us spent more than like $100, $300.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent like $3,000.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They lost it during COVID, like everything I sent. And yeah, it was a whole thing.
Okay, so
But-
back to the hoes. Why are hoes?
Back to the hoes. Well, hoes are like therapists, first of all.
True.
Like, you can't say, like, when you see them in public, you can't say where you know them from. And, like, what else? They know everything about you, but they can't tell anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you advice, and they always take you back. And if a hoe is a housewife, then they would know what they're missing out on. And they've already, like, belonged to the streets, So they know that they shouldn't jeopardize this for all that.
Oh, you're saying a hoe would get into a marriage and then feel much happier to be in a marriage rather than what they were doing before?
Right.
Because you're
Yeah.
not really enjoying being a hoe that much.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying once you find someone you want to settle down with, then I feel like it's most likely to work as opposed to someone who never had a hoe phase and it's would give in to temptations later in life when they are figuring
I
out
see what
themselves.
you're saying. What you're saying is you think that nowadays you're actually going to have a better chance at a strong marriage with someone who at least had a hoe phase, because someone who hasn't, like, now they're going to suddenly fall in love with someone at some point in their lives, and it's going to be like, oh wow, like I got to explore this, and you haven't like fallen in love with enough people yet to be like, it's okay, I don't have to
Yeah.
pursue this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
That sort of thing, yeah. That's what I mean.
Okay, well that makes sense, because the old thought on this was that, and there were like always like studies to show that this was statistically more likely, that like if you had premarital sex or if you cohabitated together, you were more likely to get a divorce than not. But those statistics were happening when a new generation of people who believed in divorce, who also had been having premarital sex and cohabitating for the first time. Like that was all stuff that happened because of other causes.
Yeah.
So we can't really get causality from that. We're not sure what causes what. There's probably a whole host of things. But so all the older people who also had not cohabitated, because that wasn't the culture, and who had not had premarital sex, they also didn't believe in divorce as much. So yeah, it would be interesting now that we have more longitudinal data, presumably, you know, and records and things,
Yeah.
to figure out whether now cohabitating and fucking a lot have, a positive or negative correlation on marriage
Yeah.
length.
Well, I would love to see those statistics now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's done that study in a while, because they might, you know, sometimes they think, oh, we figured it out, we did the science on it, but it's like, well, not if the culture is just changing in so many ways that you're not parsing out the variables. So
For sure.
okay, so you feel like, I mean, you're 28, so now you feel like, are you ready to be more like looking for, or is it just, it's just like you haven't found Prince Charming, you just have found people who will do, or like you just, you know what I mean?
I'm not looking for anyone at the moment.
So you don't want to be settled down yet.
Right. I just always hear like you can't make a housewife, and people always judging, especially girls, for like hooking up with people like a guy would. But I feel like they would be more understanding to a serious relationship than other people who don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, the old, mentality too was that men really wanted virgins. They wanted, and which, I could see as a man not wanting your wife to have any idea how good sex could be when you suck at it. I think that was generally that's why people want 72 virgins when they die, so that none of them know how bad you are in bed.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even know it's possible to enjoy sex, but if you have sex with a bunch of people first, then now the man has to actually figure out what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that was, but nowadays it's like, come on, guys, aren't we all on board with wanting women to enjoy sex too? Go let them learn what they like. And we're all just a bunch of monkeys. Is it really that crazy that some of us fucking is such a, what are we even doing? Like especially if you're not doing it in a way that even might lead to a kid, much less have a good chance of it. If you're doing any of the sexual activities other than PIV or protected PIV, then like we're just trying to make each other feel good.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's hard out there for having sex with straight men. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a whole danger to you. I'm just saying in terms of in terms of people judging women for doing it. It's like, hey, I mean, first of all, brave. I mean, but then there's the whole like STD thing. So some people I think are more like, ooh, you feel unclean to me if you've had sex with a lot of people, because I just kind of you just are starting to sound AIDSier and AIDSier.
For sure. Well, I get tested like every other month. I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Unless
I don't have to.
Yeah, unless you don't have to.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, I just always hear that. So I was like, I guess that's my controversial opinion. But I also brought many other ones.
No, yeah, I think it's just interesting to like think about how those concepts have like changed and how they maybe need to be updated. How do we think about hoes and housewives now? Well, first of all, most people are hoes now anyway. So it's like what kind of hoe makes a good housewife maybe, but we're all hoes now. That's the new norm is that we're all hoes to some extent.
They just need to switch it in music, you know.
Yeah.
Just say hoes are the new housewives or whatever. I can't rap.
I feel like you should rap. I feel like it would be a good look. It would be part of your vibe.
It'd be like a mumble rap.
Oh, what's that? How does that go?
They just kind of quietly mumble things into the microphone to a very slow beat.
You know? Oh, who's a good example of that?
Who's a mumble rapper?
Or what's a famous song? Or Future?
Future? Okay, I wasn't sure if he would be one, but yeah. Okay. Like, you can't really understand what he's saying, but...
Is it like ASMR triggering, or what's the point?
Probably.
All right, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll love it. I do love ASMR. Future. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's how you change the culture, through music.
Through rap lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, also, lyrics. You can talk about this on stage. You know, we are thought leaders.
True.
And yeah, so the hoes out there. Because I don't know, it's like, I guess it's hard to be in touch with like middle America. Some of our countries still Christian. Like, so definitely there are plenty of people who are still thinking about virginity and hoishness and housewifeness in kind of old fashioned ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I always say? I try to spread this on. Instead of talking about losing your virginity, just talk about ending your virginity. I mean, that way, it's like it's not like this weird thing of, I gave my virginity to him.
So metal. Like, I'm ending it tonight. R.I.P.
My virginity dies tonight.
Yeah. I was 16. Me and my boyfriend planned the whole thing.
You have candles and rose petals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how you should do it if you're 16.
True.
You know, like the movies.
Yeah, I hope everyone has it like that.
Everyone who's doing it then. Yeah, and I mean, you should be in love. There's a chick at my backyard slut show, actually. She's come a few times, and she's fun and rowdy. Well, she told us all the other night that she is a virgin. We were all like, hell yeah, you know, like, cool. Because we asked her about it, because, you know, it's like, are you religious? She's got tattoos. She's wearing a short skirt. She's at backyard sluts. We're like, what? And she's like, no, I've never been in love. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that's exactly it. Wait until you're in love. Whatever else.
Yeah.
Have sex for the first time when you're in love. There's no rush. Wait till you're fucking in love.
Damn, never been in love. I wonder what that's like.
Wait, you've never been in love?
No, like
her. Yeah,
her.
Yeah,
yeah. I fall in love every like 3 years.
Yeah,
it's coming up. I'm scared.
Is it when like the moon is in Aries or some shit like that, or have you ever?
Yeah,
should track it like your period. You know.
No, I just know the eras, and I'm like, it's coming up.
Just counting threes, yeah.
I always date people for 4 years.
Oh.
Except my last boyfriend.
But you fall in love every 3. That's an interesting rotation.
Yeah. Well, the last year, you're not really in love, you know? You're just, like, holding on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I dated 2 people for 4 years, and then I had this one guy that we would hook up on and off, like, for 8 years. So, yeah.
It's fun. All right. Do you want to do... another, and like, do you have any more to add to Hoe to Housewife pipeline?
No. Just have fun, everyone.
Just have fun, and eventually you'll fall in love with someone who if you want to, especially if you want to have kids, you can fall in love with someone that you are really compatible with too, where you want a life that's compatible, and you're in love, and you both are committed to working on it, and like actually honoring your commitment, and to then you should get married, or consider living with your girlfriends and having men just visit sometimes.
Yeah, that could be another reason.
A lot of people don't like.
So many options.
A lot of men and women don't like each other.
True.
And I don't see why they're living together. Sometimes it's cute. The man and the woman really like each other. It's adorable.
Yeah.
But other times, no one likes it,
Yeah.
but it's just the Christian way and the,
Yeah.
post
Other
agricultural
times,
revolution.
it's a police report.
Yeah.
My other topic was that sport cars are dumb and not hot.
Okay, can you define sport car?
Like a Mustang or
Right.
like a
The ones
Corvette.
with the kind of, you generally like the muscle cars, like they look kind of like there's a lot of larger roundnesses to these cars.
Yeah, and like small men in it.
Small men or
Yeah. They're like, the ones that look like toys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how do you go
Take yourself
grocery shopping
seriously.
in
Right.
that?
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that's like, because I would think that like nobody would like balls, for instance, but there are these women who claim that they just love them. And so that's how I feel about the sports cars. I'm like, it's not for us. Those men are not trying to win us over.
Yeah.
They're trying to win a certain kind of hoe over. Certain kind of hoe is impressed with a sports car, I assume.
True.
Or it's just for the men.
Yeah. Well, I've been in car accidents where like the car flipped 3 times. And I'm like,
Jesus.
I can't be in there because your car wouldn't survive anything.
Right.
You can't like outrun the cops anywhere on any freeway. Yeah, you can go fast, but you can't go over things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just don't get it.
What kind of cars do impress you?
Impress me? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm impressed by a car, but I do like Jeeps and like large
Like a Jeep
cars.
Wrangler?
Like, yeah, like a Bronco
The
also.
Top Gun. Oh, yeah.
Or like a G-Wagon. Okay, that would impress me.
Which one's a G-Wagon?
It's like the Mercedes car that's like boxy and just like a Jeep version, like a Mercedes Jeep.
Mercedes Jeep. Okay, I'll have to see that.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I like a Mercedes. I
Yeah.
love a Jeep. That's my fantasy car, Jeep.
Yeah.
But especially if one day they make a good one that's...
Oh, it went away.
Oh,
Wait,
wait.
there it is.
Oh, okay, yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah.
But I really love the top off thing, just no side doors even, just
Okay.
kind of a Jeep. Yeah.
Just all in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's the fantasy.
Yeah, see, that sounds cool. Like a little car, like why are you speeding? Like
Right. What is this for?
Like
I guess unless it's like an old fashioned car or like some car that like if you're a car nerd and you drive in that like Autobahn thing and you're actually like using the car for like it's kind of like having a big dog. Like okay, if you don't live in a high rise, sure, but like if you have acres for it to run, great. But that's the thing. So it's like if you're somewhere where you're actually like utilizing this car for what it is for, maybe.
Yeah.
But driving around town, just be like, look at my.
Yeah, and they drive so loudly everywhere.
The revving. Everyone hates the revving. But again, there's probably a few of these baboon women who are just like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say I have taken a picture in one because my friend's sugar daddy took us to lunch, and I was like, I'll take a photo in it. It's orange.
Yeah, sometimes the colors could be nice.
Yeah. But other than that, no. And it's always an older guy with a younger girl.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it makes me sad when I see those cars.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. And I mean, this is why I'm always exhorting women in my stand-up these days to stop dating men who are generous to them and start dating men who are generous to others. Because this is so gross. It's like some fucking bimbo wants a fucking sugar daddy with a fucking ugly car that's impressive to people, even though she probably doesn't even like it. And then, goes around being like, it's just gross. You should date a man who has started a charity that actually does good work or something. As a man who's paying his workers a fair share of the wealth that they help generate, not exploiting them so that he can buy a $280,000 car.
Yeah, I was at this party once in LA, and this guy I was like, oh, this is a cool apartment. Like, do you like living here? And he goes, no, but the girls like it. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Well, but that's the thing. Men will do whatever we demand in order to get pussy. So if we demanded better from men in terms of their morals and how they spend their money and whatnot, then they would do it. But we all have to do it. But some of these hoes are ruining it.
For everyone.
Ruining it for everyone.
A homeless guy gave me $10 once. That was nice of him.
Really?
And rude of me for taking it.
I've taken things from the
I
homeless
did not
people
know
offered.
he was homeless initially.
Yeah.
So, my bad.
What was the situation? Did you look homeless that day? Did you look worse off?
No, I was just drunk and I was asking men for money because I didn't want to pay for it.
Pay for
A
cab?
quesadilla.
That's
so
funny.
I just asked everyone, and this guy was like, "Here you go."
Well, that's what's funny about even like tipping and like tipping winds up being a regressive tax on the poor for the most part, because the poorer you are, the more likely you are to be a good tipper. Actually, like you probably
That's
worked service
true.
industry jobs and stuff, and so it's the same thing. Like it's absolutely not surprising and kind of beautiful and sad that a homeless man is the most likely to give you that all the money. Like we all are like, honey, not even going to give him $1, you know, and then he
Yeah.
gives you $10. It's actually kind of beautiful.
It's half of what he needed for crack, dude.
It's half of what he needed for crack, and he gave that for you because you seemed like you needed it more.
Yeah, and I tipped too. I felt so bad.
You tipped it. Oh,
The food person was like, "Here you go."
you should always
Keep
tip.
the
Yeah.
change.
You should always tip, although sometimes it's such bullshit. Because, like, we should just get rid of tipping and just pay people real wages. But it's like sometimes you're like ordering food from a truck or something, and the guy who makes it also owns the thing.
Yeah.
And so you're like, it's just so weird to be tipping you for your own. I mean, maybe it's not that weird. We just have a ridiculous economy with all this.
You have to tip everywhere now.
You have to tip everywhere. And it's like, but what it should be is it should be like, hey, if you're rich, tip a lot. If you're doing okay, tip medium. If you're not, tip a little less. That way you could have a little bit of a progressive tax, just a little bit of a like pay as much as you can contribute a little. We could just like make a little bit communist tweaks to capitalism.
The tip is adjusted based on your taxes.
Yeah, maybe once everything's done, on the AI new internet, whatever,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be like that anyway. But which it's probably going to be more dystopian. But yeah, it's just one of those things that it's fucked up because poor people tip better than rich people for the most part.
True. I gave this girl $8 yesterday.
For what?
I just went to Chewy's and I didn't want to wait for change, and I was like, fine, she needs it.
Yeah.
But I needed it too.
I know. But also I hear that like the more you tip, the more you're showing the universe that you believe in abundance and that you have the money, and the more money you spend, the more money will come to you as it all flows. Do you believe in stuff like that?
I think to an extent, you need to also do actions to get to that point.
Right.
But I do have really good luck with some things where I'm like, I don't know how this happened.
Right. You want to stay in an abundance mindset, but also don't go crazy. Like you got to still work for,
Hope for the best.
Yeah, like do your part and then let Jesus take the wheel or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about Jesus.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah. I just feel like he would critique my driving and I would get mad at him.
Jesus doesn't know how to drive?
Yeah.
All right. So, wait, what was your second one? That sports cars are dumb.
Yeah.
Do you think that these men, for the most part, who are driving these sports cars, think that they're impressing everyone, or do you think that they're aware that they're just impressing a few weirdos?
Oh, I think they think it's so cool.
Yeah, but and even with the noises, because I think we've all, every time an annoying roar happens, you're out at a restaurant or whatever, everyone turns to each other and is like, small penis or whatever. Like everyone does that, always. And
That's
so
true.
the idea that these men have never been a part of a conversation where they see everyone go, or hear a comedian, whatever, like this is such a common, this is a cliche.
Yeah.
So how could something that's a cliche, that's what I don't understand. Like, I guess you should just ask the sugar daddy. Like, do you not know that everyone
will
assumes
next
you have a
time.
tiny, tiny penis? You know everyone assumes that.
Well, yeah, but I feel like they're like, oh, they're joking. They obviously underneath think I'm still really cool because they would still ride in it if I asked them to, which is probably true.
Which is probably true, but it's like, yeah, we'll all ride in a fucking car once just out of curiosity, and especially if you're going to pay for us to go to dinner or whatever like that. I don't, sure, we'll do that, but that, do you still want, we're still looking at you like you're a loser. Like, so do you want that? Like, do you not care that we all think you're a loser? I mean, if so, great. I guess it's working out for everyone.
I just don't think they care. Or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as people are nice to their face, and some women will fuck them and whatever.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters to keep their a little illusion going.
Yeah, they're probably like, well, people say guys with large trucks have small dicks too, so who cares?
Yeah, all these people have large trucks. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, people know that's not, 100%. All right. So yeah, that makes sense because men are also just completely delusional in general about how hot they are and like how attractive and as mates. I mean, it's really embarrassing for them, but at the same time, they get to fuck hotter chicks than they are. So
it's inspiring. It's like,
their
damn, you're
confidence
so
is
ugly,
inspiring. And yet
so confident.
so confident. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to get women to stop fucking ugly men so that they try hard. And when I say ugly men, it's like everybody has a range of attractiveness that they can be depending on how much you're working out, if you fix your haircut, if you smell good, if you dress nice. And hair is most of it, And so, like, a lot of people, it's like these men who I'm calling fours or whatever. It's like, I joke about eugenic hygiene, but it's like, but at the same time, like, actual hygiene would help you. Like, you could be working out. Like, you could figure out a haircut. So, and they don't because women still date them. And I'm like, if we stopped fucking the ones who weren't putting enough effort into it, then they would put more effort in.
That's true. I need to go to the Arielle camp to stop fucking ugly men.
That I'm gonna do a seminar.
But if it makes you proud, there is this guy. I'm like, oh, he's hot, but he smells really bad, and I can't do it.
You can't. Well, that's just. I mean, how can anyone? I've had to end a friendship before.
Were you like, hey, you should wear this deodorant? It's so good.
I didn't. I've never said anything, even though we've had some difficult conversations with each other. But that's one of those things, and I'm like, I just can't.
I
can't tell someone because she's one of those people who thinks that she doesn't need deodorant.
Oh.
But it's like, yeah, for the percentage of the population who's into your pheromones, maybe. But there are some of us who have really sensitive noses because at Juiceland, when I used to work there were lots of people who did not believe they needed deodorant, and some of them ate a lot of onions and garlic, I think, because there would be a radius for some of them that was like 8 feet of smell, but I was always the most affected by it. And then there were some people who were feeling me on it. Other people were like, yeah, they smell, but it's not that bad, or whatever. So like, I just know I do have a very sensitive nose. So it's not, but, and again, it's like, you think you smell good because you smell good to you. You smell good to the people who are in love with you, but for large chunks of the population, no matter what you are, like how, like across races, sometimes people don't really like smells as much, or across, and even within, what we would call white, it's like someone who's like super Irish might really not like someone who's super Dutch or whatever. Like, it's just, there's a lot of variation. And so this person just like.
Yeah. But they say like if people like your pheromones, like they're most likely to be in love with you or whatever.
Right.
So maybe all I heard from that is I should stop wearing deodorant and see who likes my pheromones.
At least do a little experiment. Well, I think what you want to do is cut it somewhere in the middle. So you still bathe regularly. That was the other thing. She wasn't bathing enough.
Okay. Yeah, you can't be friends with her.
And then she would also sometimes spray a lot of or do a lot of oil, whatever it was that has a strong fragrance. So then that smell gets linked to body odor for me because there's a lot of smell of both. So it's like when you do the poopery, but now you kind of just associate lavender and poop and kind of ruins lavender for you.
I get it.
So that was kind of happening. So then whenever she only just smelled like her, whatever perfumey stuff she was using, that also smells like BO to me now. You know what I mean? So now it's like worse. Wait, what were we saying? People smell. Oh, so what you want to do is just like bathe regularly, maybe wear like a natural deodorant that doesn't have the aluminum, but still like Tom's of Maine or whatever. And then allow yourself to be in different ranges of like how much you've sweat a little bit in the sun or whatever. And you're still wearing clothes, but if you get close to you, that kind of thing. And then you will find more who's attracted to you, or and have more of an effect on those people, but you're not ruining people's day.
Yeah. Don't want to ruin people's day. For sure.
Well, people should be aware that some of us are sensitive smellers. And it's irresponsible to just walk around going, everyone loves my smell. Ugh.
Yeah, my mom is sensitive to smells. One little puff of weed, she'll smell it anywhere in the house.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Do you still live with your mom?
No.
Okay.
I smoked in there like 2 years ago. I was drunk and I didn't want to go downstairs, and all the windows were open. Like they had been open for hours, and she was like, "I know you smoked weed in here," and I'm like, "What the hell? It was
Damn.
hours ago."
That's funny. It wafted around the house for a while until it landed
Yeah.
where she was. Wait, what are we talking about?
Well,
Muscle cars.
Yeah, muscle cars. What else? I think everyone hates Tom Cruise now, but I hate Tom Cruise. I think
Okay.
he's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so annoyed by him. Like, if there's a movie with him in it, I won't watch it.
His face is kind of like his way that he talks and stuff is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, and then the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he famous?
Why is he
and
famous?
I'm not, you know?
I feel that way about a number of people who are beloved, where it's like, why is it that we've all decided this is the guy? I mean, he's a crazy Scientologist. We've all seen him lose his mind, and yet, but I guess because he does his own stunts, people like that.
Yeah,
I think men like him more than women.
that just means he's so dumb.
Yeah,
He's hit his body everywhere. It doesn't work anymore.
right. He's dumb enough to do that just to like be a man.
And he lies about his height.
Yeah, because he's like 5'.
No one knows for
3.
sure.
Oh yeah, Joe Rogan's height is wrong on his bio too.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise, they literally had to build like sets on his side of where he was supposed to be in the movie, so he looked taller.
Yeah.
Like, that's so embarrassing, and people are like, "Oh, he's hot." Like, no, I hate him.
Yeah, I'm not. The short king thing is not much of a.
Like,
Go
Top
for me.
Gun, I don't care.
I tried to watch. Well, I tried to. My roommates were watching Top Gun Maverick, and I either fell asleep or walked away about 5 minutes in. So
I will say I did like that movie.
I've heard it's good. I'm sure I would have liked it, but
I watched it in theaters, and I Googled how to be a pilot
That's cool.
afterwards.
okay, well, that's a good
I was
endorsement.
I was like, that looks amazing and so fun. But it's really expensive. So yeah, my friend's a pilot, but she keeps bailing me on taking me flying. So
How do you feel about muscle planes?
muscle planes, like they built them themselves.
Oh, I just meant like the muscle car version of a plane.
Oh, well, any pilot is hot.
That's
to
hot,
me.
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter at that point. If it's a pilot,
Yeah.
if you're, got it.
Like, you're up in the air, you need to do math. Hot.
So Tom Cruise, you don't like because he's short and he lies about it, even though it's public knowledge that he's lying, and that's extremely embarrassing. Also, there's just something about the way he talks and is a person in movies that just doesn't really seem natural to anyone. Like, it's like he's a good actor because he is able to be different characters,
Yeah.
but none of them really exist. You know what I mean? None of them are really realistic. They're all just kind of a little strangely intense.
Yeah, I think he's one of those Hollywood plants.
Like a
And,
robot?
yeah, he has to be. I can't believe he's real. Like, he's married? No, I don't believe that.
Does he have children?
I think so, with that girl, Katie something.
Hughes? I have no idea. That's a friend
Katie
of mine.
Holmes.
Katie Holmes. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant from
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek.
And she's pretty. Like, how did she date a demon? I don't understand. Like, my theory.
Pretty girls can be demons.
True.
She's probably just dumb as a brick. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
my
didn't really watch
theory.
Dawson's Creek.
Tom Cruise is a demon. You heard it here first. I just don't like him. Like, if I saw him on the street, I would be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, Tom Cruise?"
That's a good thing to say to celebrities, I think. You know, I don't think enough people are going up to them and saying, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
Well, I will be.
Yeah, especially when they're
Tom
short,
Cruise.
because then it's less intimidating. You know,
I'm probably taller than him.
you're definitely taller than him.
I'll be in LA in May. I will be finding Tom Cruise.
Good.
And going off on him.
What you need to do is write a script for a movie that's killer, and then star Tom Cruise in it, so that you can meet him, and then but make it, you know, really embarrassing. Like, he has to be short.
Yeah, about him being short.
Wait until his career is on the decline, so that he has, you know, he starts accepting weirder roles, and then you can really embarrass him.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it is weird that people continue to support him, since we all know he's insane. But I guess the Hollywood director people don't care. Some of them are Scientologists too, probably.
Yeah, I'm like, he probably pays for everyone.
Yeah.
Sucks all their dicks.
I
got
like
them
that
into
idea.
heaven.
That's how they like help him maintain his taller image. They're like, okay, we got to suck our dicks, and he's sucking the dicks of every director in Hollywood to get his special treatment.
An inch for each dick. Yeah, I just hate it because my dad's 5 feet tall, and you know he just never lied about it.
How tall is your mom?
5'2".
That's funny. You're just a giant.
Yeah, and I'm 5'5", and my brother 5'10". Did anyone cheat? They did joke about it.
Yeah,
But no, my great grandpa is really tall, or was really tall. So, yeah.
it's evening out.
Yeah, so my kids are probably gonna be short as fuck.
Well, I
and
honestly
they'll be like Tom Cruise. Oh,
I
no.
honestly think that we should be people shorter. So now I'm gonna twist because you know this planet's overcrowded. At least the least we could do is start getting smaller. Then we'll need a little bit less resource wise, and we'll you know we can have smaller homes and things like that.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Have you like worn really tall heels though?
I've never.
Ever? Okay,
No.
well, I don't know if you see me, but I wear these platform heels. I'm gonna call them my Tom Cruise heels now.
Yeah.
But they're like 5 inches tall, and no one can tell I'm wearing them because I usually wear them with like big pants.
Yeah.
And being tall is amazing.
Yeah.
People talk to you more.
Yeah.
You can see so much more of the room.
Yeah. It's true.
And girls look way cuter. Like I get it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. I wonder if the taller you are, the more likely you are to be attracted to women.
Because they're so tiny.
When you're looking at them from a better angle.
Yeah, the MySpace angle, dude.
Yeah, it's natural if you're tall or you're wearing heels. Well, yeah, so my girlfriend is 5'9", and she is, but she also can, you know, sometimes wears heels. So she can, you know, get up to like 6'2" or whatever.
Yeah.
She hasn't done that around me because I don't know how that'll be for me. But it sucks because like as a mask person, like wearing heels is kind of a non-starter. So it's like, but I'm 5'8", so it's a good height, but it's like, it would be cool to be like actually tall. Like I'm like slightly tall for a woman, you know, but it's slightly short for a man. So if I could be just like, yeah, 2
you could wear
to 3
like
inches.
platforms just one time.
Yeah, at least I need to try it.
yeah.
I'm gonna find something. Manly
You
step
have
ups.
to be
I
tall
heard them
ones,
called.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And so is it just the short stuff? Is it the Scientology? Like, how do you feel about him in other aspects?
I hate everything about him. Do I know much? No, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Just him, if there was like, listen, if he has 1,000 haters, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
If he has one hater, is me. If he has no haters, I'm dead.
No, he's always been a little manic. Like, not just the interview where he jumped on the couch, but all of his acting and stuff. It's just a little manic. And then we all know he's in this fucking weird cult thing, and he has Katie Holmes hostage, or maybe she's too dumb to care. I don't know.
We don't know. So many people could be hostage
What are their
right now.
conversations like?
Scientology. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to a Scientology place?
No, I was already in a cult once, so I'm like, I'm not interested in any others.
Well, that's how I felt about going in there in terms of safety, because I felt like I already like left Mormonism. Like, these people aren't going to get me. I'm inoculated. But what was the cult you were in?
It was like a sober cult. Like,
That's funny.
based on AA. Yeah. Like,
But it was like a sleepover camp? What was
no. Oh, like I went to rehab, and then in Houston they have all these groups to help teenagers stay sober or whatever. And then mine was like the most intense one. And you like had to be there like 6 days a week. There was one guy, like we had to do everything he said, and like everyone would like massage each other and know everything about each other.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, and like I was posting on TikTok last night about this, but like the counselors would like hook up with the kids. Like it was horrible. And we just had to do everything this one guy did. So basically we would work the AA steps, but with things that he liked. Like I had to write a report on the Matrix. And it wasn't even like, oh, you can just write a report and like how you feel about it. There was like a specific answer that he was looking for. So like everyone kind of knew like the underlying answer you had to do. So that's why you would write it on. And he would be like, yeah, that was so cool.
What was it that he wanted you to conclude about the Matrix?
I don't even remember. I blocked a lot of things out, honestly. But he would also make us watch like Lonesome Dove and Star Wars.
It's all his favorite stuff. Wait, so this was a rehab program that happened to be a cult, and then you just...
Yeah, like after rehab. Like I went to a regular rehab place, and then afterwards.
Oh, this is a post-rehab. So you got involved in it, how?
Because I was dating this guy that was going to it after rehab. We met in rehab, and then I was like, I'll go there because he's going too. And then you just kind of get deep in there. Like all the kids drop out of school. We were all smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
We would all like talk the same, go to AA meetings all the time. And everyone was like sponsoring each other.
Yeah.
And at one point, like, I had, like, 13 sponsees. Like, I would talk to people all day on the phone.
You're addicted to sponsees.
Yeah. And we would, like, I had to make amends to people and all this. Like, and what else? Oh, we always had to listen to Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and, like, stuff like that. And we would have to go on wilderness trips every summer and, like, train for them.
It's cool.
And I mean, that was cool, but yeah, it was just crazy.
Was this guy hooking up with a bunch of people?
There were rumors.
Okay.
Yeah, we also had to do other weird things. Like every day we had to have these things called one-on-ones, which is like you just had like a deep conversation with someone, and then you had to write emails about your day and send them to the guy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we had to have these things called winner one-on-ones, which was staring into the person's eyes for 5 minutes. Like you literally had to time it like 5 minutes. Then you told each other your deepest, darkest secret, which got really fucked up. And then you had to pray together.
Hell yeah. I love how this is just one guy just being like, I'm going to invent a religion. Happens all the time. Yeah. And then people just kind of, you know, his will is exerted in the world, and people kind of do it for a while until it falls apart eventually. But yeah.
It's still happening in Houston. It's crazy.
Well, but a lot of people, like, a lot of that sounds positive. That's the thing about all these cults, is there's always a lot of positive stuff.
Right.
It's like I say, like, you know, Heaven's Gate did have some really good guided meditations if you skip the last one.
Yeah, it's like if you take the crazy parts, yes. Yeah. Did I learn stuff? Sure. I'm sure.
NXIVM people, you know, we're helping people get rid of their limiting beliefs and whatever until, I don't know, I just started episode 2, so I don't know yet.
But yeah, so it was kind of like that. And yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so you took the good with the bad for a while, and then eventually we're like, oh, this is weird. Let's get out of here.
No, so because they've gotten sued so many times, there's this thing called, like I snitched on them to like an investigator. I went to like a government building. There was a little recording machine. It was like a whole thing. But because of that, they have these thing called an awakening, which is like you graduate, but really you just graduate and hang out with the people who graduated, and you're still like involved. So I technically graduated.
Okay, so you're still in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Still in there, dude.
Just get every membership you can, I say. I think I'm still technically a Mormon, so.
Yeah, they just charge my parents sometimes. Like they'll send them.
Oh, that's funny.
Like a minimum donation of $100.
So your parents still pay them dues?
They used to. I was like, what the fuck? Don't do that.
Yeah. How many people are they fucking scamming for these random ass dues?
So many, dude.
That's funny. Yeah. Don't pay them. You don't need to pay them. I'm not. Damn. And how many people? Yeah. It's like their parents are paying it, so their kids don't even know that they're paying it. So. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. Okay, so you feel like you just don't trust yourself to go into a Scientology building?
No, I just feel like I would either like just explode and start yelling at everyone, or like I would probably just want to stay there for a little and see what they're like doing.
That's what I did. I just did it in LA, and I had some extra time one day and went and like walked into the Scientology building, because I'd always been curious to take the little test and stuff. And it's always fun to take a little personality test and then have them come back and show your results. And it's like that all stuff. It's like anyone can do a cool little personality test and get some kind of real results out of it.
Oh my God, am I being recruited right now for Scientology?
No, it's just, but then the thing is, it's like, you know, then the rest of it, I was kind of asking, like, so do you get together on Sundays Sundays or what? And they were like, well, some people go to this little thing on Sundays, and there is a little service. But he was really downplaying that. And I was like, he's like, well, we have this, system, and you work your way up to these levels, and eventually he showed me that he doesn't show everybody this, but let me show you the room where there's 35 levels, and it sounded like so much like the NXIVM stuff too, and like their whole dumb stuff that whatever that guy's name is, wrote all those books. The stupid Scientology guy, L. Ron Hubbard. Thank you. Yeah, it's like you sit in a chair across from someone else and you do these weird kind of games. It's just kind of like this staring to each other stuff. Like all these cults have something like that where you're like, there's two people and they're doing some kind of deprogramming of something. So they're all so similar. It was just kind of fascinating to see it and then, get a glimpse into it. And then they have a little thetan measuring machine where you see how many thetans are in you. And
oh my God.
Yeah, it's just like the South Park episode. So I just kind of wanted to see that for myself. And it was
it's free?
Yeah, it's free. And then like they have really nice like gardens and waterfalls out in front of a lot of them. So you can just kind of go there on a lunch break and enjoy it. On there. But yeah, it was like they're not even like offering like community or like it didn't seem like moral guidance or whatever. It's just kind of a weird self-help program, and then they're going to try to get you to clearly like pay more and more money over time, and like it doesn't feel like the good parts of a religion even. So it kind of felt like this weird and they encourage you. It's like called the Celebrity Center, one of them, and so they encourage you. Oh, are you an actor? Are you whatever? A lot of your people are. So it's kind of like intimated that maybe this will be a good networking situation for you, which it could be because that's another thing that's what religions are. They're fraternities. That's one of their functions. And so it's like, if you just want to be a part of some kind of fraternity where there definitely are going to be some people in the industry. I mean, it's a lot harder to become a Jew than a Scientologist. So like maybe that's better than nothing, I guess. But they're going to
no matzo ball soup though.
No matzo ball soup, unless you bring the matzo ball soup. But it doesn't seem like they're having a lot of potlucks. Like if this is a networking thing, then like I'm gonna go to the parties. But you probably can't even. They probably don't let you go to the parties until you've paid thousands of dollars up to get to level 3 or whatever.
Damn it.
It's just kind of an annoying.
Yeah, their potlucks is probably like Adderall and almonds.
I would go to that. All right. Well, I think we've solved 3 or 4 of the world's controversies.
Yeah, true.
Today, but hopefully we'll get some hate mail. Do you want to plug anything? This might be coming out in 3 or 4 weeks.
I don't think so. My Instagram is Dulce Mac. Dulce with a U.
Right. I was like, no, it's with an E. Oh. Yeah, and then my Instagram is Ellen DeGenderless. You can follow Politically NB on Instagram. We're on YouTube if you're listening to us, or we're on Spotify and everywhere else if you're watching us. And I have a show in Austin every Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the East Austin Comedy Club called the Gay Enough Comedy Show. I can't call it Tuesdays because that's taken, right?
Damn. I think it sounds familiar, but it could be
Tuesdays Enough. Good. Maybe I'll call it Tuesdays Enough. Okay, I'll stop.
Tuesdays.
Anyway, so yeah, there's that happening. And of course, there's also Backyard Sluts and my other podcast, Gender Fluids. And I have too many things. I do. But just take your pick. They're not all for you, whoever you are. 1 to 5 of my projects are probably for you. So Backyard Sluts, Gay Enough, Off-Script Comedy, Gender Fluids, Politically Non-Binary.
One of those.
Yeah. Okay. And one day a Patreon. All right. Thanks.